I don't like to tell people I'm a Mario Party fan. I like to tell people that I'm a Mario Party 2 fan. Now, it's not that I don't like the other Mario Party games that I own for the most part. Like, I reasonably like Mario Party 3. I liked Mario Party 10. Super Mario Party is probably one of the best Mario Parties we've seen in years. But the thing about those games is, I have not stuck with a single one of them as long as I have with Mario Party 2. I bought this game when it first came out. It was the second game I ever got on N64, the Nintendo 64, right? The second game I ever got, and it is still the party game we whip out the most at our place, okay? This is the game that we always want to play when we get together, okay? This is the game that holds up. This is the game that gets us fired up. This is the game that constantly manages to surprise us with incredible moves that just incredible situations that can't be replicated, can't be done again, and can be learned from. The game, when you have a dedicated group of people who are willing to learn and play it with you for years on end, is a true 10 out of 10. This is a game that I feel as if I will never truly stop playing. And my big regret with the Mario Party series going forward is that, like, none of them have really gripped me the same way. I remember talking about how 3 wasn't as good as 2 when it first came out. And that feeling kind of extended with a lot of the sequels to the point where I didn't buy them again until 10. You know what I mean? Like, none of the sequels really pulled me away from 2. In a way, Mario Party 2 was almost too good, right? It was such a good game, we constantly kept playing it, even when the sequels were still coming out. Like, I think this is kind of the Nintendo pattern that we constantly see from Nintendo games, is that, like, people love certain Nintendo games so much, the Ocarina of Times, the Star Fox 64s, the Earthbounds, the Super Mario Bros. 3s, the Super Metroids. People love those games so much that they can't handle when a game makes any deviation or changes. And in a lot of ways, I think I fell into that trap with Mario Party, because Mario Party 3 does do a lot of things differently than 2. It adds a lot of new features. It has a battle mode. It has, like, this really cool, like, duel mode. There are lots of new mini games, right? Like, there's lots of things to like about Mario Party 3. It's not a bad game at all, but at the same time, I wanted to keep playing 2. I wanted to keep going back to these same boards, doing the same things with the same group of people, and having the same kind of experience, right? We loved to, like, the way you sort of change the costumes depending on what course you're on, like the unique mini games, unique gimmicks on each stage, like, all of it just feels so well put together here. Like, the mini games are almost flawless. There are a couple of ones that are kind of broken if you're playing with computer players. Like again, the game kind of does have a little bit of a problem when it comes to its AI being a little bit too good if you're playing on the higher settings. The game just never stops being entertaining, right? Like, I was shocked when I recorded footage for this video, right, where I just wanted to, like, do a quick round of Mario Party, right? I just wanted to, like, play a quick 20-round game, and I ended up playing, like, way longer than I intended to. Like, I actually thought I was going to go through the whole game and upload the entire thing, because I was seeing all this crazy shit, all this crazy stuff was happening. I was thinking that, like, wow, people on the channel may really find this match entertaining, but it really just dawned on me that every match of Mario Party 2 is kind of like that. Every single round of Mario Party 2 kind of feels as if, like, anything can happen. Like, of course, like, you have players who are better than others. Of course, you have situations where there are lots of luck-based situations, but learning to manipulate that, learning to deal with that, learning how to win as many mini games as possible, learning, like, what all the tricks are, learning, like, how to manipulate boos, like, having an idea of the meta game, having an idea of, like, what you need to do like 5 turns ahead. Like, there is a lot of strategy to this that really makes it an extremely compelling experience. And it's something that I think a lot of the later Mario Party games lack. I don't really get that feeling from 3. Whenever I play it, I have a good time, but it doesn't blow me away every single time the way 2 does. Like, 2, in my mind, is still the absolute best in the series. The newest one, Super, kind of almost gets there, especially on the minigame front. That's one thing I'll give the newer games for sure. The modern Wii era, 9, 10, Super, the newer games, they seem to have nailed the minigame aspect. Like, I don't think there are really any bad minigames in the newer games at all, the way there were bad minigames in the original games, in the original Mario Parties, but Mario Party 2 has problems. It has flaws, right? But it's such a fun game. When you get together with friends, you honestly don't even really notice or care. You know what I mean? Like, you could argue that, like, yeah, maybe the minigames could be more complicated. Maybe they're unbalanced. Maybe it's a little bit too luck-based. Maybe it's a little bit too random. But at the end of the day, you're too busy laughing and having a good time to really care. You know what I mean? Like, when you win Mario Party, it feels good. But when you lose Mario Party, you look back on the experience and you still had, like, a fantastic time. You know what I mean? It's still a lot of fun to play, like, even when you lose. And I think that's what kind of makes this game a little bit special, because it's accessible to all ages. It's accessible to people of all skill levels. It's incredibly addicting. It's incredibly replayable. And it still holds up today. Like, more than any other N64 game, I think. It's something that we still go back and play multiplayer on, like, all the time. It's that good. It's a multiplayer game that's lasted 20 years. Now, GoldenEye lasted a long time. We'd probably still be playing GoldenEye if we were living together, right? Like, if we were nearer to each other, if we saw each other more often. But, like, Mario Party is something you can play, like, once every couple of months, right? And have a blast with every single time. Like, this is an absolute must-play on N64. Like, having played it again, I'm tempted to say this is probably a top 10 N64 game. Probably not in the top 5, but top 10 N64 game for sure, because it's so entertaining, it's memorable, it's funny, and it has a lot of personality, too. This opening cutscene has a lot more character than I think you would expect from a game like this. Nintendo really knew what they were doing and really making giving these characters personality by the mid-2000s, by the late 90s and early 2000s. Like, this was the time period where we first started to, like, see the personality of the characters be expressed in game, right? Like Luigi being cowardly in Luigi's Mansion, Wario's sort of greed, Mario sort of everyman sort of attitude, Princess Peach's seemingly Princess Peach's I'm not even sure how to describe Peach's personality, but it's such a great game. Like, it is iconic. It is memorable. One of the best on N64. It is absolutely worth checking out.